the fan. What's going on, everybody? Let's turn that off. Yankees win. Yankees win. Man, look, I hate to be negative, right? Because the Yankees did win, so I want to let's a round of applause for that, right? Um, but there's still some things that I saw this game that I did not like. This team still has some serious problems they need to address, and we'll get into in a second. Let me turn some of this stuff on. Some just quick developer notes. The live chat stats now supports all minor league players. So if you it's supposed to be for members, but I'm gonna turn it on for everybody for I say probably the first 15 minutes of the video. That way everybody could have a chance to experience the feature. Give me 1 second. Let me set this thing up real quick. So they've we could pull up anybody now, pretty much. Anybody. And both majors, minors, and historical players. So that's pretty cool. It took me a while to figure that out, but nonetheless, it is done. Okay, let me see that. Boom, boom, boom.
Joining us in the chat.
Uh-oh.
A channel favorite. The one, the only, Real Bill P.
Real Bill, what's up, man? Yeah, sorry I went out so late. It's just sometimes I don't like stepping on other people's toes. I know certain other creators have time slots, and I also enjoy their shows, so I like to watch before I go live. But yeah, so for instance, right in the chat right now, before we get into the game and everything, I just want to show everybody that I've included all players now. Hopefully this works and I don't look like a complete idiot. There you go. Spencer Jones. So any minor league player now, you could pull up any minor league player, any active major league player, any historic player, pretty much any player ever who played professionally almost at this point. So that's that, right? I have it off right now so anybody could use it, not only members, but usually it's only for members. Same thing applies if you want to put some faces on me or clown faces or whatever. Same commands apply. I haven't added any new ones. You can look in the description for that. All right. So make sure before we get on, please like the video. And what is going on? Oh well. Anyway, so here's the thing, right? Yankees win 3-0. We should have scored more runs than that. Oh, this thing is going crazy now. We should have scored more runs than that. I'll take the win. Don't get me wrong. I'll take the win. Especially what? Am I seeing the right thing? The last time I checked the Tampa Bay Rays game, they were up 6-0. Did Baltimore really beat them 22-8? Is that correct? Hold on. That can't be right. That cannot be right. Hold on a second. Let me see something. Let's pull up their box score. Yeah. 22-8. Orioles over Tampa Bay, which is good for us. That means we should be up 2 games on the Rays now. Look, they had a 6-run lead the last time I checked in the middle of the Yankee game, and how they blew that, I have no idea. But 22 runs, those are football numbers, guys. They must have got a whoop on home run by Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holiday, who made the All-Star team. So congratulations to Jackson Holiday. The dude's living up to the hype. He's definitely living up to it. Gary Sanchez and Kobe Mayo, whatever, right? But let's talk about what we all here to talk about, which is the Yankee game. So, look, Will Warren got himself into some trouble early. Walked 3 in the first inning, I believe. Then struck out 3.
In the chat.
Hold on, who's this?
Show, OG, Chris, the Flash.
I pull up at the club VIP. Gas tank on
drinks on me. Yeah, so I mean, but he found a way to get out of it. But he did find himself in some pitch count trouble. And then he was rocking and rolling. In the 5th, his last inning, he got out of another jam. And that was it. He gave up no earned runs, 2 hits, 4 walks, though. That's not good. 7 strikeouts. Look, here's the thing with that. I'm going to tell you right now. kudos to him for getting out of the jam, right? Because this still is a major league team. Granted, they play in the minor league ballpark, but if you're facing a more experienced lineup, is not gonna let you get away with
Entering
that.
the chat from the ugly truth, the one, the only, Ken.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah, so like I was saying, Will Warren, like a more experienced team, they would have got Will Warren out of there immediately, especially after he got himself in some pitch count trouble early. They ended up not working counts, swinging at pitchers early in the count and everything. And I say all that to say this: look, I get it. He did get out of a jam. He gave up no runs, only 2 hits. But I truly believe that if he was facing a lineup with more experience, because they do have some good hitters on the A's, but a more experienced lineup, they're not gonna let you get away with that. They would have got him out of there early. So it is what it is. Hopefully next time he learns from it. Andrew, what's up, Andrew? I send you the thing, so you should be getting it by Tuesday, I believe. So make sure you look out for that. But anyway, yeah, so to me, right, although he gave up no runs, he did get the win. I think that you got to do better, man. You got to do better, because that is not going to fly come playoff time or versus a better team, a more experienced team. They're gonna crush you. They're gonna crush you. They're gonna make you pay for all them walks. They're not gonna do you favors and swing at pitchers early in the count after you got yourself into. He pitched 36 pitches that first inning. So I'll just say that, right? But nonetheless, though, it's still a win. He still got out of those jams, and so hopefully he could build off that. But you got to be better than that, Will Warren. The offense, Yankees offense. We scored 3 runs on a Jazz Chisholm home run, a single up the middle by Cody Bellinger after an intentional walk to Aaron Judge, and then a single by DJ LeMahieu. But really, it was just the pitcher. I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe instincts. He tried to barehand the ball and pretty much messed up a double play, because that should have been an inning-ending double play right there. But besides that, not much else happened. Nothing else, So yeah, we got the win, but I'd like to see more from the offense than that. A couple times, especially Aaron Judge. Look, I gotta call him out too. You're up there with bases loaded. You gotta do something. We went 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Well, no, sorry, 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position. The A's were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and we left 7 on base. So, and we already know one of those 2, right, should have been a double play if the pitcher doesn't touch the ball. So I'm just saying, I expect more. This team still has its problems, that we still have issues that we got to address. They got to address it. Look, as far as defense, right, because before I forget, the defense, look, I think it's time we got to put Jazz back at second, I think. Yeah, he's serviceable at third, but it's clear that he's much better at second, that he still hasn't learned all the ins and outs of playing third base. Third base, they call it the hot corner for a reason. And a lot of times you get these hops. He made an error off of he got kind of caught in between the hop there. And I think that a more experienced third base plays that perfectly, 'cause it wasn't a hard play. It's just that he got caught in between. And you can't do that. You got to either short hop it or play it back. And he got caught in the middle. So I think, and I know I was saying in the trade deadline, we could either get a second baseman or a third baseman, and that's true. But I think it's like I'd prefer a third baseman, like a legit third baseman, righty bat. You fill the name, fill in the blank. But Ken, I added minor leaguers to the live stat thing, so you could put any minor league in there and it'll pull up their stats. Same rules apply. Either leave it with no year and it pulls up this year as the default, or if you want like last year's, put 2024. So for instance, I already pulled up Spencer Jones, so we'll put George. Did I spell that? I did not spell that right. Lombard Jr. And those are George Lombard's Jr. stats right now at AA. The big news today was the promotion of Spencer Jones to AAA. I mean, it could mean a couple things, guys. It could mean either they just, he deserves to get promoted. That's the fact right there, that he deserved to get promoted. He's accomplished everything you could at AA. So it was right that he moved up. There's a lot of talk about him possibly being traded or possibly being called up. And what's the future for the Yankees? Look, I'm here to say, who really knows, right? It could go either way. It could be either they want to trade him, and maybe teams was like, well, yeah, he's doing that AA. Let's see what he could do at AAA. Or they want to see more, so they brought him up to see if he can impress people, if they're really interested in trading him. Or it could just mean that they want to get him up here. They want to get him through all the levels, so that way he could get up here. If they decide to move somebody like Grisham, Dominguez possibly, even though I don't want that to happen. Or maybe they just setting it up for next year. That's possible too. Right now, I think the Yankees got to make some trades, and I think trading a guy like Everson Pereira is not going to get you much unless you package him into a deal with somebody. So you're going to have to give up something. Do I want Spencer Jones to get traded? No, I don't. Don't want Jason Dominguez to get traded. Of course not. But I also understand that those are the names, including a Ben Rice and stuff. Those are the names the teams are going to be asking for, in my opinion. And there's some pitchers there too that we haven't even spoke about. But these are the names that I'm sure the teams are asking about. So it's either you spare one of them, or you don't, and you live with what you got, But a lot of Yankee fans, sometimes everybody wants to trade. We want the big names. We're all saying, no, get this guy and get that guy and get that guy. But you do realize the trade market is not the free agency market. It goes both ways. You have to give something up. What makes you think a team is going to give up something, a valuable asset, for nothing in return? It makes no sense. There's other teams out there that'll put up a better package. What's up, Jacob? My bad, man. I'm trying to get all of this off my mind before I forget it and get into the chat. So that's all I'm gonna say right now. Right now, if things are gonna start heating up, I'm sure there's a lot of talks behind the scenes right now. A lot of talks going on. A lot of packages being put together, proposals that we don't even know about. Some are probably realistic, some are probably unrealistic, but it doesn't hurt to try. So we'll see what happens. But I do think, to me, the priority will be bullpen and a third baseman, a right-handed bat third baseman. And if you can't get that, you get a second baseman, if possible. What names that is, I mean, right now, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but as long as it improves us a little bit. Another big thing I noticed today was Ben Rice behind the dish at the catcher position. I feel like we're starting to see this more, even though before, early in the season, the Yankees said they had no intentions of
entering the chat. My man, Dev Finch.
Even though they said they had no intentions of really having Ben Rice catch, but I think the way he's played and his bat is that good that you got to find a way to get him in there, and that's one of the ways. So they're gonna see what he's got back there. Let me know what you guys think about Ben Rice behind the dish. How did he look? I'm not gonna lie. Half the game I heard on the radio, so I couldn't really see him like what he was doing, how he was framing pitches and everything. So let me know though. How did he do behind the dish? Does he look good? You think that Will Warren's outing, you think he affected the outing in any way, negatively or positively? Let me know, guys. Real Bill is giving a shout out to Dev. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what Cashman does, man. It really is. He could play this a whole bunch of different ways. But I think if they're really serious about winning or making a serious push this year, then you gotta give up something to get something. So who that is, I don't know. But we can't hold on to everybody either, you know. I think that's why we've been, even though we do trade some prospects, but never really the ones that have a ton of value at the time, and most of the time they end up losing value anyway. I.e., Anthony Volpe, Peraza, and the list goes on and on. I don't want to go down that list, but what's this guy's name? Esteban Florial. Remember him? Guys like that, who you could have got something really good for, and you kind of just you waited too long. You held them too long. It turned out they weren't really that good, and you end up getting peanuts for, you know. So it's a tough decision for Cashman to make. I'll be honest. Look, I give Cashman a lot of slack. I give Boone a lot of heat, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to be in their position because there's a lot of pressure. And you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, in those positions, man. So hopefully they make the right move. But it is a little bit of luck. It's a little bit of a gamble. You got to go with your gut, go with what you think is best. And at the end of the day, you never know, right? You might choose to hold the player instead of trading him because you truly believe in that player, and he turns out to be a dud. Or you might trade somebody to get a player, Joey Gallo, somebody, and they turn out to be a dud. So it's a tough job. It is a tough job. They get paid good money for a reason, and I'm kind of glad I'm not in their shoes right now. But let's say what's up to the chat real quick. We got Krista Flash in the building, Real Bill, Ken, Andrew, Jacob Petruzzi, Dev Finch. Yolo says, hey, this random, but have any of y'all seen the Simpsons episode with Don Mattingly? You know, the episode where Donnie is told to shave his sideburns? I've never seen that one, but that sounds interesting, man. I have watched the Simpsons. There's so many episodes of the Simpsons. It's incredible, man. Apparently they predict the future, like, in every episode. I don't know. There's it. Real Bill says, no, I didn't see SmackDown yet. I'm going to watch it in the morning. Yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me, man. I want to apologize about the last stream. I know I kind of came off a little sideways to some of y'all in the chat, man. I was that whole day I was upset about something else, right? And it just, I was in a bad mood, man. And but that's unacceptable on my part. And I try to not be like that. I try to maintain a level head, but man, I'm human too, you know. I am. But I apologize to you guys, man. I'm trying not to be like that. I'm trying not to even curse. I don't even want to curse no more. I'm trying to clean up my act, man. But the trade deadline is quickly approaching us. And I expect teams need to start deciding, look, are we in this or are we not? And with the third wild card, it's really hard to tell because teams, when I look at the standings, and I'll pull it up in a sec, when I look at the standings, you're like, man, who is a seller? Because everybody could possibly be a wild card team at this point. Not everybody, but a lot of teams. There's only like 3 or 4 teams that are clear sellers that you know they're gonna sell, and those are the Marlins of the world, the White Sox of the league, or the Colorado Rockies, seems like that. But then when you have teams like the Diamondbacks, and this is the main team because I feel like, and their owner said it, or the GM said the other day, he was like, yeah, at this time of the year, this is when the sharks start coming around. They start circling. And by sharks, I think he means the scouts start showing up more than usual. The GMs will start getting calls. You know, they checking in on players and stuff like that. And they're a team that has a lot of pieces that other teams will like, you know. So when we talk about the Yankees going after possibly what's the guy's name? Suarez, Eugenio Suarez, I'm trying to say his name right, and stuff like that. Believe me, that's probably a dozen other teams in on him too, you know. So you got to make a package. If you want one of these players, you got to put a package together that's you know, that fits the needs of that team. And then you got to keep in mind that another team is probably putting a package together too. So that's the tough thing about the trade market, man. That's why it's so unpredictable. A lot of trades fall through the cracks, you know. A lot of trades that are like right there, ready to happen, and it's just literally it's like almost written in stone, and then it just falls apart at the end, or another team jumps in the mix and puts together a better package or whatever. So that's why I don't like try. I try not to like put out predictions of who's gonna get traded where and stuff, because it's kind of crazy. It's really like it's a gamble. It's like a roll of the dice. But I think instead of making predictions, it's better to be like, look, this player fits this team, and why, and what that team will have to give up, to the for instance, like the Diamondbacks or something. Yolo says the reason I asked is because if y'all remember, Steinbrenner complained about his hair. Well, it turns out the episode came out before Steinbrenner told him to cut his hair, so Simpsons predicted it. I mean, they apparently they predict everything, man. But I'm not gonna go to the Simpsons for to try to predict the future. It sounds a bit silly. That's okay, son. Don't forget brush, floss, and take your vitamins. Yeah, man, I do take my vitamins every day. That's good. I don't floss as much as I should, though. D-backs need to trade some of their guys. I mean, they're really, if you think about it, they're not too far out of it right now, out of a wild card spot. And I'll pull them up right now. You know what? I need to add how many games behind in the wild card they are on this. But I'll pull it up. This is the NL West right now. I mean, they're nine games out of the division. I don't think they're gonna contend for that unless something crazy happens. But they 41-39. When you look at the Central, oh no, man. Yeah, right now they're out of it. But they're a couple of games out of the wild card. And there's the NL East right here. Yeah, they got like 4 teams in front of them. Wow, the Mets and the Phillies are tied for first. Okay, Mets came back. Let's take a look at the East really fast. Yankees up a game and a half. I thought it was 2 games, but a game and a half. Blue Jays only 3 games behind. Look, that's why I said these games with the A's are very important, because after the A's we have we have like 4 with the Blue Jays and then the Mets or something like that. And look, we're only 3 up on the Blue Jays right now. So a 4-game series could really, really change everything, It could change everything. And Central, Tigers got that division on lock. They got the largest lead of anybody in any division, 9.5 games. I don't think anybody's going to catch them. The Guardians definitely not going to catch them. And then the West. When I look at the Central, I hear a lot of chatter about the Twins, a possible trade with the Yankees and the Twins. And I can see that happening because the Twins are definitely going to be moving some pieces. And then the Astros, 7 games. 7 games ahead of the Mariners. Like, that's crazy. I don't know how they keep doing that. Kid Jeremy Pena is having a breakout year, I'd say. He had a great rookie year. Then after that, he kind of fell off a little bit. But he's really putting it together this year. He's putting it together, and he signed with Boris, so he's gonna get a pretty penny. A pretty penny. So who do you guys think? Who do you guys think are the most feasible teams the Yankees can make trades with? I hear a lot of chatter about what's the guy's name? Willie Castro and the closer Duran from the Twins. And that's a trade, for Duran, I make the trade, right? Depending on who we giving up. But that guy doesn't really excite me that much. Willie Castro, whatever his name is. He doesn't. I got the name from the Twins who can play everywhere in the infield and outfield. That's interesting. Yep. We are going to Toronto after the A series. Yeah, for a 4-game set. That's what I'm saying. With a 3-game lead, if that series started tomorrow, we'd have a 3-game lead over Toronto. With 4 games versus them. I mean, anything could happen at that point. Those are games you gotta win. That's why I said this series is pretty big right now. We got to make sure we get these wins. I want to sweep. I'm not even content with 2 out of 3. No, you know. I don't know who the Blue Jays are playing, but it's coming up right now. The Blue Jays are playing the Red Sox, and they won 9-0. So I'd like to. We got to start getting hot, man. We got to start putting it together. The reason the 16 playoff is bad because every team has a chance until they realize they aren't. Yeah. The Arizona team just got approved for the $1 billion stadium. Yeah, Ken mentioned that earlier. They probably won't be in a hurry to trade at all. I mean, look, if they're not making it to the playoffs, they're definitely going to move some people. It makes no sense, like from a business standpoint, to hold on to guys. It really doesn't. When you can get something for them, especially guys they don't have control over, you know. Well, who excites me? I want an arm. I'm not gonna lie. Duran excites me. He excites me. I want a power arm. I've been saying it for a long time. I'd like to get another arm, even though he's a closer, and it kind of, it kind of throws another closer in the mix. We already have 2. That'll be 3, and Cruz could even possibly be a closer. Probably do need somebody who can eat innings rather than pitch multiple innings rather than pitch 1 inning. But I like the guy, but I don't like the other guy they're trying to offer up. Suarez, I like the fact that he got a big bat. I like, what he can do for the lineup right now, because the lineup needs we need some life in that lineup. Somebody to come in and really just kind of give it, just that one player gives it length. But at the same time, I want a leadoff hitter. I want a true leadoff hitter. Could that be Dominguez? I don't know. But I don't think it's Grisham. I don't like Grisham and Paul Goldschmidt. Don't get me wrong, they do get their hits from time to time and everything. But I don't think that's they're not good tone setters for a game. That's what I think. He does hit the upper 280s with runners in scoring positions. Didn't Boston get 2 games over 500 after playing us? Now they're 3 games below. I mean, yeah, and they did trade their franchise player after playing us too, Rafael Devers. I think they pretty much threw in the towel this year. They're setting up for the future. If they called and said, give us Warren and Jones, you're doing it for Duran and Castro? No. Not Warren and Jones. Are you crazy? You got to give us more than that. Throw in Correa, or something. But then that's a lot of money, and then I don't know. It gets tricky, especially with a player like Correa, man, because there's a lot of money involved and stuff. I'm not doing that for Duran, because really Duran is the centerpiece of that trade proposal that you made right there, and you got Will Warren, who has a lot of years of control. And you got to understand, sometimes just the years of control is so valuable to teams. And then you got Spencer Jones, who obviously has a lot of years of control. And I don't think he's in the top 100 prospects anymore. But he has value. Maybe not as much as he had before, but there's value there. I don't know. I don't think I'd do it. I try to have them at least take out Spencer Jones and give him Everson Pereira and say, no, take this, take it or leave it. I'm not sure how many years of control Duran has, but I think he has like 2 more left or something like that. And I'm pretty sure he's already in his arbitration years. So he's going to be getting paid a little bit more. So I don't know. It's tricky, man. And what I'm telling you right now, the trade stuff gets tricky. And then right now, too, the draft is coming up soon. So these front offices, they're focusing on these drafts. They got to make sure that they get the players they want on their board, and it gets crazy. It's just like, I'm not going to say it's just like an NFL draft or basketball draft, because I don't know, but I know that it's a lot involved in it, even in the Major League Baseball draft. So I'm pretty sure, I think if I had to guess, I think that after the draft is completed, remember there's a few days of the draft, so maybe after like the second, third day, I think they're gonna shift their whole focus back into trades. Everybody, all the scouts, the whole analytics and scouting department, they're gonna shift immediately to the trade market. I could be wrong. Maybe you never know. A trade could happen right now. Breaking news, I think the Devers trade was more of a knee-jerk reaction to whatever, like they say, it was a culture thing. Showman is starting on Sunday's game. Well, let me pull it up. That's going to be interesting, man. Yeah, you're right. Versus Luis Severino. Two guys who I don't care to see pitching anymore, I'll be honest. Man. I like, the human in me, right, wants to see Marcus Stroman do good. I don't know. I really don't know what they're doing. They probably just want him there in the meantime to see if they could get somebody or eat innings and everything until Yarbrough comes back. But if the playoffs started today, right? If the playoffs started today and the Yankees had to put out a roster, he's not on the roster. Come on. He is not on the same way he wasn't on the roster last year. He's not on the playoff roster this year. So why have him around, Unless you need him to eat innings and stuff, like I said, until Yarbrough comes back. Or maybe you want to see if he could, I don't know, just kind of, pull it out his rear ends or something, man. But I don't see it happening. I don't. We'll see. At least he's going up against Sevy, and Sevy hasn't looked too great this year either. So we got to face Sevy, even though he pitched us good last time. Well, he pitched us all right, I believe. I can't remember in Sacramento. Swap Jones with Vivas. Yeah, so I mean, I swapped Jones with. I even before I even give him Vivas too, I tried to make him take Everson Pereira because he's. I mean, we got to do something with him. Ace is in the building. Why is it not playing your stuff, Ace? Hold on, I gotta do it manually.
Now in the chat, from the Ace Avenue, yours truly, Ace.
Hey guys, if you listen to all the little walk-up songs and stuff that I have, who do you think is the best? Who do you think has the best one? And I'll tell you the one that I like kind of the most. But yeah, he was on the World Series roster or the ALCS roster? He wasn't on the Division Series roster at all. Marcus Stroman. I could be wrong, but if my memory serves me correctly, he wasn't on the Division Series roster. He wasn't on the ALCS roster, but he did make the World Series roster. And yeah. Nah, Ace. You want to know who's my favorites? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to play my favorite. I don't know if you heard it. I'm going to play it one more time. This is my favorite. I don't know why. It's just a song. It gives me a lot of memories.
Hopping in the chat. Night Show, OG, Chris, The Flash.
I pull up at the club VIP. Gas tank on, even all drinks.
That song reminds me of Fort Stewart, Georgia. That was my first duty station. But yeah, yeah, like I said, if the playoffs started today, man, do you think the Showman's on the roster? And even when he was on the roster last year, on the playoff roster, I think he was on the World Series roster. They didn't pitch him at all. He didn't throw one pitch. Not one pitch. I don't even think he warmed up. He never got a chance to warm up or anything. They do not have confidence in him. They don't have a lick of confidence in him to let him pitch in any kind of playoff game or anything like that. So why have him around, Unless you just need somebody to eat innings and stuff, then okay, that's understandable. But why you could bring up somebody from the minors to do that, and at least you know that they're gonna work on stuff and get better. for the future, you know? That's just my take on it. All that jazz. Yeah. Ken says Stroh wasn't on the Division Series roster. Yeah, he wasn't on the ALCS roster either, I think. Or maybe he was. The whole thing is that he never pitched. Even when he was on the rosters, he didn't throw a pitch. So that tells me something. He never even warmed up. There wasn't never even a thought of bringing him in. You know, it's like it was just a wasted roster spot. So I don't know. I don't know what the Yankees are doing with Stroman. I guess they probably, you know, you never know. Maybe they like, you know what? Look, let's give him one last chance. We're going to give him one last chance. If he puts up the kind of outing he had the last time before he went on the IL, or the kind of outing he just had in Double-A during his rehab, man, he's out of here. I think he's out of here. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's what I think. But yeah, again, look, we got the win, so I'm grateful for the win. But I like I said, I know Ace, you probably just joining us. My whole thing is, yeah, I'm grateful for the win, but look, if this was a more experienced lineup, they would have got Will Warren out of there. You know, they would have worked him to death after he got himself in some pitch count trouble early, and in those 3 runs, you know, besides the Bellinger had a nice single up the middle, Jazz's solo shot. Besides those 2 runs right there, it was really nothing, because that single by DJ LeMahieu was really should have been a double play, but the pitcher decided to try to barehand the ball, you know, and it kind of deflected off his hand and went towards the third baseline, and after that it was a done deal. Everybody was safe. We still sucked with runners in scoring position. Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of the same. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of strikeouts with bases loaded, Aaron Judge, you know? A lot of bad swings at sliders tailing away from you, Giancarlo Stanton. And I'm gonna call out names. I don't care. I'm to that point. And I love Judge, man, but you got to do better, bro. You have to. Man, this team is going to go as far as you lead them. I truly believe that. So he needs to, you know, he needs to be better. And granted, it's not going to happen every time. I get it. You know, there's no way. It's not possible. This is baseball. But, I mean, it seems like the last few weeks, there's been nothing there, man. Nothing there. Big spots, bases loaded, runners on second and third, runners on first and third. And nobody seems to be able to come up with the big hit. The big hit. I'm not saying it has to be a home run. Whatever it is, we just haven't been able to get it. Like without even looking at the stats. The other day when we lost that extra inning game in Cincinnati, I came on here and I said, look, I don't even need to look at the stats, but we're terrible in extra innings. Without even looking at the stats, we're probably the worst team ever in extra innings. And lo and behold, you know, since the Ghost Runner came out, lo and behold, there is a stat for that. They actually keep track of that. And we are the worst team since the Manfred Runner, so people like to call it. Since the Ghost Runner came out, we're the worst team in baseball. The worst. There's nobody worse than us. We can't figure out how to get a runner home from second with no outs. We can't do it for some reason. And the numbers are crazy. It's like we're like 1 in 60 something. I don't even know the numbers off the top of my head, but they're ridiculous. They're like, look, that is not good. That is not good. If you're supposed to be one of the better teams in the league, come playoff times or when you're facing good teams, that stuff is going to count. I still feel like the defense is not all the way cleaned up. And a lot of that could be just, you know, with Jazz, especially him playing out of position. I don't know, just stuff, mental mistake. There's still little things that linger there that should not be there, man. That if you play against a good team in a real big situation, like in the playoffs or something, it's gonna get exposed. It will be exposed, all those stuff. So we got to get better. Yeah, Ace, it's crazy. Remember I told you that the Rays were up 6-0. and they lost 22-8. That's crazy. They got smacked. Scribe, a dude didn't throw a postseason pitch. Yeah, Stroman didn't throw a postseason pitch, not even in the bullpen. I never even seen him in the bullpen warming up or anything. That's what I'm saying. He was a wasted roster spot, in my opinion. And then if you wasn't going to use him, and that's what kills me, and I hate to go back to the past, right? Because, look, 2024 is over. But that really bothered me a lot because the bullpen was exhausted, you know? At a certain point, the bullpen was exhausted. We kept running the same guys out there. We saw it in Game 5. You know, the bullpen was shot. They were exhausted. And that was an extra pitcher right there that you had you didn't use. You got to do. I appreciate it, Ace. Shout out to Ace, man, gifting the membership. And it went to Graham Highlander. I like Graham. Graham, man, you've been missing the trivias, man. I've been adding questions specifically for you, Graham, because I remember you said like to add more of, you know, older time frame questions for the older gentleman in the chat. I don't have no questions today, but I'm working on Sunday. I'm gonna do the trivia show. It's gonna be quick, like about 30-minute show. I'll post it probably tomorrow, and maybe Jonathan will join me. I don't know, but he's helping me with the questions, so it should be good. The players voted for the Ghost Runner, not the
Oh,
league.
snap. Now in the chat, the legend himself, CT Cards.
On the road again.
Just can't wait to get on the road again. CT, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man? Hope you're feeling good, man. So yeah, Yolo says Judge is just underneath everything. I know his hitting coach means a lot, but his teaching don't work unless it's a mistake pitch. So we'll spot it pitches because I wouldn't say it doesn't work. It works for a specific kind of hitter, man. You know, that I'll say that. Like everybody's different, man. There's more than one way to skin a cat, right? That's how it goes, right? There's more than one way to skin a cat. The same is true for hitting. And the dude's name is what's his name? Robert. I can't remember his name, but his like tag is Teacherman hitting. What he teaches is he calls it the high level pattern. It works for certain hitters, right? It's not gonna work for all hitters though. And it's like that with everything, you know. You got to find what works for you. I know that Spencer Jones has been training with this dude. That's why, you know, people were making fun of his batting stance. He looks a lot different this year and everything. And I guess it's working for him, you know. Maybe it fits guys like Spencer Jones and Aaron Judge, big, tall, strong dudes, you know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But then you got Caleb Durbin, right? Caleb Durbin switched to Teacherman too. And that's what really bumped him up. And he started playing really good after that, you know. So it depends. It all depends, man. It all depends. It's not for everybody. I don't think so. It all depends, really. Me, I'm an old school kind of guy. I'm straight level. I'm always told not swing down or up. Just try to be as level and on playing with the ball as possible. That's how I see hitting. But I get it too. You know, there's the age of launch angle and exit velo. So. Yolo says, I think the last time Rays and O's played and O's blew an A-Oli. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, Ace, man. Thank you for the gifted membership. Okay. Yeah, CT, man. CT, I hope you're feeling better, man. I'm going to wrap this up here shortly. But tomorrow, if you want to join me, I'll text you, man. I'll text you. I don't want to text you today, man, because I want you to get some rest, CT, man. You know, we want you healthy. We want you strong. So that way, you can make me laugh and you can help me egg on Ken and Joe in the morning. Yeah. 40% strikeout. He said, wait, who's skinning the cat? No, we were talking about hitting. I said there's more than one way to hit a baseball, man. You know? That's why you see guys like Chuck Knobloch with funny stances or whoever, you know. It is what it is. You'll be on the morning show with Joe. Yeah. I'll be there if I wake up early. But yeah, guys, so tomorrow, the matchup, we already looked at Sunday's matchup between, what am I doing here? Oh my goodness. I think I messed everything up. We looked at Sunday's matchup. Let's look at tomorrow's matchup. Tomorrow is Clark Schmidt versus JP Sears, who we know pretty well. Clark Schmidt, obviously his last outing was pretty great, you know. Really great. It could have been a combined no-hitter if not for a bad call from the Empire, but hey, it happens. My thing with Clark Schmidt, I like the way he's pitching. Look, his ERA is under 3 right now. That is excellent. But I need to see him do it versus a real team, you know. And obviously all these, I don't care who it is. These guys are major league hitters, right? So they're all good. But I mean like a experienced team who's going to make you work for everything and really put pressure on you. When I see him do it to that and make those adjustments in a game like that, then I would say, look, I'm on board. I'm on board the Clark Schmidt train. Don't trade him or whatever. But until I see that, man, to me it's just, hey, yeah, you know, he's good versus bad teams. We'll see what he does to a real good team. Desiree Conrad's in the chat. Damn, Desiree, I haven't seen you in here in forever, but thank you for joining. I appreciate it. We're about to get out of here real soon. Real Bill with the gifted membership. Real Bill, man, I really appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys, to be honest. Sometimes I can't stand to listen to myself. So I know you guys are like, oh my God. Real Bill, man. Real Bill's the truth, too. One day, man, in the future, one day, it'd be nice if we could all just link up and just have like an event, community event, you know? So we could put faces to names and stuff. And we could play baseball too. It's gonna be me and Ken. I've been challenging Ken to a good old fashioned duel. I think I'm ready, even though I hurt my shoulder the last time I swung a baseball bat. But I think I'm ready, Ken. If you if you're up for the challenge, see the ball, hit the ball. You know what, Real Bill? That's one of the things that I said that this morning too on Joe's show. That I noticed that like guys like Stanton or Judge, the reason why they look completely fooled sometimes is because they're guessing. I'm fully convinced they are guessing. You know, they're trying to figure out what the pitch is going to throw, and I understand that, and some hitters can do that, right? But you got to be almost perfect when you're like that. I was never. I don't like that, you know. I remember Jeter saying that he was never good at that. Like he just has to be. He was always on time for the fastball. Anything else, he reacted to, you know. And I feel like maybe that's a better approach. I don't know, you know. But these guys are obviously MVPs, ex-MVPs, probably future Hall of Famers. So if it's working for them, it works. But sometimes you see them take a swing and they're like literally like 6 feet away from the ball, like not even close. And it's because they're guessing. They're definitely guessing. Who can? Gonna be an interesting game tomorrow. I think Sunday's game is gonna be interesting, CT, because you got Stroman going up against Sevy. That might be a old fashioned, a good old Western shootout, right? Like they say. No flowers for Ken. Gift the membership. Oh yeah, Ken, man. Of course. Yeah, my bad, dude. Of course, appreciate it, man. Who received yours? Nando received it. Nando 390. He's a Dodgers fan, man. Ken gifted a membership too. Also, by the way, right now, hey, Demon D was popping, bro. Right now, I have it open to the entire chat because I finally figured out how to get all minor league players. So you can pull up minor league players too. So now I have it to where you literally could pull up any major league player, any minor league player, and any historical major league player who ever played, you know, which is pretty cool, man. Honestly, I'm going to pat myself on the back. It took me like 2 months to figure it out for the minor league players. The minor league players was tricky. Was tricky. Somebody test it out. Just pull up any random minor league player. But this is a feature that's only for members. So if you got gifted a membership, you know, make sure you shout them out. Make sure you say thank you. I mean, same rules apply though. It got to be spelled right. You know, is that's it? That's how you spell his name? Cam Schittler. Yeah, that's how you spell it. Why didn't it work? Hold on. Let me try it for you. There it is. Yeah, Cam Schittler. Oh, it's Schlittler, not Schittler. Oh no, you had it right, Schlittler. Oh, it's 2 T's, Ken. That I'm still trying to figure out the spelling thing. I try to like make it so that if it's even close, it'll pull it up. But what was happening, it was just pulling up random players, you know, just crazy stuff. So I just left it to where you have to spell it exactly how it's supposed to be. Miguel Vargas. Third baseman, 234, 10 home runs. Joe, what's good, Joe? Not a minor league, but someone has you interested in? Okay. TJ Runsfield. Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it is the spelling has to be correct, you know. Sometimes it'll grab it if it's close. Rumfield, TJ Rumfield. Yeah, I'll pull it up. So it's TJ Rumfield. No, that's not how you spell it. Yeah, but you guys get the point, man. And it's working pretty good too. I mean, there's a lot of players that, like I said, the spelling has to be spot on for it to work. Yeah, I spelled that right. Why that didn't come out? J.D. Davis. Let me look at my logs. Oh, I'm not, hold on. I gotcha. Thank you, man. I didn't even notice that, real Bill. I'm not blinking. You want to know something, guy? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not even real. I'm AI. No, I'm just playing. Imagine that. That'd be crazy, right? I'm really just AI. That's who I really am. Yep. He is that cool. Imagine. Oh, man. Dude, let me tell you something. A long time ago, I dated a girl who, I don't know what was, she didn't blink. She did not blink. So I'm there sitting there, we eating, and I'm just looking at her like what the hell? Like, is she real? She does not blink. And it started freaking me out. And I couldn't, I was like, I kind of ghosted her. I just never answered the call no more. I was like, yo, this is weird. Like, you have to blink. I know her eyeballs had to be dry as heck. I was like, no way, dude. That is some real crazy stuff. Wasn't gonna do it. That ain't cool. That's scary. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not pulling them up, Ken. I'm not sure why. I see it here. Hold on. TJ Rumsfeld not found via in my database. All right. I will have to look into that. Rumsfeld. It shouldn't. Roger Maris 1960. It shouldn't have a S. His name doesn't have a S, but I spelled it right and it still didn't pull up. Ooh, you know what it could be? Let me see something. See, that's why I like when people test stuff different, because I start, finding little bugs here and there that I could go back later and test. Hold on, let me try this. There it is. Okay, I know what I have to do. Those 2 dots in his name is throwing everything off. So I have to go in later and figure out how to have it, you know, get it either way, whether you put the 2 periods or not. 289, 9 home runs, 4 RBIs. And he's doing pretty good. Why wouldn't we hear more about this kid, man? He could be the future first baseman, right? Or he could be somebody else's future first baseman. CT says he'll be there in the morning, Joe. Yeah, make sure you guys check out the morning show with Joe. Make sure you check out Ken's channel, Ace's channel. Man, there's a lot of good content creators over there. I mean, you should never ever be in need of Yankees content at all. Sometimes I notice that there is certain times where none of us are on, and I'm like, man, how none of us are on. Not one content creator is on right now, and those are the times I really feel like going on. But it is what it is. But for the most part, there's always one of us on doing something. So make sure you check everybody out. Support. Joe shows the Breakfast of Champions. Yeah, man. It's coffee and bagels. The Breakfast of Champions. If you ever want to get Joe mad, just tell him the Yankees should trade Spencer Jones. He's gonna lose his mind. I'm just playing. We should create a team Discord channel, dude. I have a Discord, and I'll add some like bots and stuff to make it cool. That's definitely, we should do that. You know what? I do have a Discord channel. If you guys want, if you're familiar with Discord, join it. I think I have the link in the description. Join it. And from there, we could watch games together. We could do watch-alongs. We could do a lot more than we do here, right? And if you're not familiar with Discord, I know sometimes it's a little bit intimidating, especially if you've never been on it. And if you want, I'll do a video walking you through it, how to get into it and sign up. It's really not that hard. And we could do watch-along. We could watch movies together. We can watch old games, historical games and stuff. It's cool, man. There's a lot that we can do in there that you can't do on a platform like YouTube. The Discord allows a community, right? Like what I like to think we are, to interact more and really, get just a little bit more. I don't know if intimate is the right word, but just a little bit more engaged with each other, to a certain level, and that's it. And it could be 24/7. Like if you want to go talk Yankees, it's 24/7. Unlike once I end this video, the comment section is still alive, but it's still not active. Where on Discord, that chat is live 24/7. Yeah, it'll bring us all together. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't know who came up. It was a CT. CT, who said it? Well, whoever said it, man, freaking, you're awesome. Joe is doing play-by-play tomorrow. Oh, you have to. Okay, so you're not gonna join Joe on the play-by-play, Ken? What time is tomorrow's game, too? I haven't even checked that. I might not be able to catch the game tomorrow. Real Bill says, I like you, but I ain't getting intimate with you. Real Bill, man, come on. I didn't mean it like that. Oh man, I was gonna say something, but I don't want to say it. It probably offends people. Look, it ain't weird if it's in the Army. They say it ain't weird if it's cold, right? When it's cold, man, you get real close to your battle buddy, man, real close. Donnie Claus said, Jason, come on the day. I will, man, but after this, dude, I'm going to bed, man. Look at these eyes, dude. You see the bags on these eyes? Bro, I fell asleep during like the 7th inning. Was it like the 7th or 8th? I literally fell asleep in the game. I woke up in like the 9th. I was on this chair like this. And if it wasn't for my daughter like tapping me, because I guess I was snoring or something, like, Daddy, you're so loud. Oh my God. I'm tired. Bill, come a little closer. Hey, man. It's all right, brother. Oh, man. Bill says, I like you, but I don't like you that much, right? It's all right, Real Bill, man. It's okay. 105 game time. That's Eastern time after recital. Oh yeah, man. You know what? Look, family always comes first, especially with kids, man. I look, I don't have grandkids, but I have daughters old enough that eventually, they're gonna make me a granddad, right? And I mean, I can only imagine. Look, you don't want to miss those moments, man. You don't. You gotta make sure it means a lot to the kids. I know it means a lot to, because sometimes, like even my daughter, my youngest daughter, she'll have like a little thing in school, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get off work, come all the way down here just so see you guys sing "My Country 'Tis of Thee," and then go all the way back to work. But I do it for you do it for the kids, man. Good news, sir. Had a biopsy done, and it wasn't can. Oh, congratulations, man. You know that's what's up, man. That's what's up, Donnie. But please, Jason, let's not forget about Discord channel. No, yeah. I have a Discord channel. I just don't have nothing on it. But we can do it. You know what? Let me see if the link is in the description. And if it is, I'm going to pop it in the thing. Look. Okay. And join. And right now, it's really not much there, but I want to start adding to it. And I really have it so because I wanted to do stuff like where we could, maybe on a specific night, we could do a watch along. Like I could stream a movie and we could all watch it together and talk together while watching the movie, or no game or anything like that. Yeah. Yassine says, how do you feel about Stroman pitching on Sunday against the Athletics? I don't know what's the point, really. I guess they're gonna give him one more shot, see if he could get it together, but maybe give us some innings, something. I don't know. I don't see what's the point anymore. Like I was saying earlier, Yassine, and thank you for joining too. Yassine's a cool dude, bro. I got the chance to talk to Yassine, and I like Yassine. Yassine, I figured out, and Donnie, I figured out why the thing doesn't work when I add guests. It only works when they have laptops. So I submitted a ticket to them, and they're trying to look into it. For some reason, only users that are on a laptop or computer, it doesn't drop them. But if you're on your phone or mobile device, it keeps dropping you off the link or whatever, So they're looking into it, they told me. But as soon as they get that fixed, we do an open panel and we get everybody up here. I just did it. I'm in. They want to showcase Stroman for a possible trade. That's possible too. I don't know who would take him, but hey, at this point, if you can trade him and get anything, even if it's, some minor leaguers or something, then you do it. Link doesn't work for you. I don't know. Ken said that he got in. Oh, you can send me your Discord tag or whatever, the name, and I could like add you. Yeah. But guys, how long we been on? We've been on for about an hour now. I'm gonna end it here. Again, I appreciate you guys so much. I really do. Make sure you like the video on your way out, if you don't mind. Make sure you like the video. I'm trying to make things better. I'm trying to make it more interactive for us, especially.
Joining the stream. Mi compadre.
Mi compadre.
Luis Duran.
There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
Luis Duran. Real Belgian. He's just gonna throw grenades all night, man. Yeah, I'm gonna add some more stuff. I want to make it. I don't know. I was talking to CT, man, and we want to like just kind of make a community, especially you guys, because you guys that are here right now specifically, you guys are like the core fan base. Like the ride or die viewers. So we want to make sure that you guys are always included and always recognized. Not only in my stream, I talked to Joe too, and everybody. Like you guys are really the heartbeat to these channels, and so yeah, kudos to you guys. Shout out to you guys for real. So I want to somehow give back or do something, and I'm trying to figure it out, man. I really am. Whether it's via giveaways or something maybe that we can just interact. I don't know, but if you guys have ideas, I'm all ears, man. I'm all ears. CT's all ears. I'm sure Ken is too. Joe, everybody. So that way we can make it for y'all. And then as more people come in, they could be part of the community, and we grow from there. We'll grow from there. And with the Discord too, it's cool because, I hear you have moderators and stuff in the Discord. You can have certain people can have more better roles or more responsibilities and stuff. So it's gonna be cool, and we can have different channels. We can have a Met channel there, a Yankee channel there, or it's a lot that we can do with it. A lot, and we're gonna do that. Our ears are like satellites, not mine. Look, you might have ears like Jason Dominguez. You ever seen Jason Dominguez ears? That boy can fly, man. I'm telling you, he can fly with them ears. What's the name of your Discord? I don't even know, CT, to be honest. I'll let you know after this, man. Yeah, no 5 and dime. Yeah, exactly, man. That's gonna do it for me, guys. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow I'll be on probably it's an early game, so I'll probably be on a little bit earlier in the night. We'll see. I'll work it out and make sure I'm not going on when anybody else is going on and stuff. But we'll figure it out. Donnie Clark, appreciate it, man. Donnie Clark, if you have a laptop, next time I do it, you could use the laptop better. Until they figure it out, because I submitted a ticket and they're trying to look into it and figure out why it's doing that. Why when people join the stream with phones, they can't. It drops them out. He said, I can hear Nat's asses hit the windshield. Real Bill, man, you're a wild dude, man. You're a wild dude. I'm telling you, man. I could tell you're a lot of fun, man. Nathan, what's up, man? I gotta get you a walk-up song too. I don't know what to play you, but I guess we'll play you this one.
It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough.
That was from my wife. Oh man. Real Bill, you talk a tough one, man. But I know your wife. You say your wife is from the Brooklyn or the Bronx or whatever. Oh, I know she runs you, dude. I told you, man. They crazy over there. Gunna 1 of 1. That's what you want, man? Okay. That's kind of hardcore there, Nathan. I did not expect that from you. Joe needs some smooth tunes. Oh, Joe. Oh. No Manny Machado. Yeah. Nathan, I realize I know why. Well, I don't. The reason why I was dropping people a lot and everything, I realized that the problem when I add people to the stream is mobile devices. For some reason, if you want a phone, I don't know what it is, but I submitted a work ticket, and I would love to have you on one day, even if I have to do the show a little bit earlier, because I know you're a busy guy, and yeah, just so we can go over some stuff. And also on July 16th, I'm gonna be on Joe's channel, the NY Yankee Mania. We're gonna do what Joe wants to do a round table, like trade talks. By then, that's the day after the All-Star game. By then, things should be really moving. The trade market should really, really be moving. So I'm sure a lot's gonna change by then. A lot is gonna change in the next 2 weeks. It's gonna move fast, but make sure you look out for that, because I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be really good. What's up, Jetstream? Make sure you check out Jetstream too, man. Especially if you're a Jet fan or even a Yankee fan. Man, he's a good dude. He's a good dude. Judge #1 vote getter for All-Star game. Yep. And Ben Rice was an All-Star game finalist too. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Andrew says my Dodgers got the win, but it looked like it was going to get ugly at the end. Ooh, let me think. Tanner Scott, did he do something wrong? Nita says he was with Michael K today. That's cool, man. You know what, Michael K, I know a lot of people don't like him, and he has said stuff. He said things that I totally disagreed with, right? And that's with everybody. We can't all agree on everything. But I always liked Michael K. You know, I always liked Michael K. Me personally. And I have a lot of respect for the guy because whether you like him or not, he's been doing this forever, man. He is, and obviously not the voice of the Yankees, but he's a big part of the Yankees organization, man. And he's called some of my greatest moments in Yankees history. He's the voice behind it, you know, calling it and stuff. So, I mean, I got no real big problems with him. I really do like the dude. I do. Doesn't mean I got to agree with everything he says, but I like him. I wonder how long he's gonna do it because he's been doing it for a long time. Um, so that's a good question. Somebody, if anybody ever interviews him, they should ask him that. Like, how long do you plan on doing this? Are you gonna be like John Sterling and just do it to like 85, or do you have like a date, like, you know, you want to retire by this day or something, or this year? Nita said, "What's up, Jetstream? Yeah, Jetstream's a cool dude, man. Make sure you check out his channel. Really good guy. Appreciate it, Donnie. Donnie's my man, dude. I like Donnie a lot, dude. If man, Donnie, if you was in the army with me when I was in, man, we would have had we probably would have gotten into a lot of trouble, to be honest. But it would have been fun though, at least. What's up, Ken? 99/22. When you are a finalist, does that mean you are automatically in the All-Star game? That's what I was wondering, but I think so. From what I read, I think you're in the All-Star. Doesn't mean you're the starter though. You know what I mean? But you're there. Am I wrong? Somebody correct me on that. 'Cause I could be wrong. I know, Nathan. That's why I said I wasn't expecting that from you. He's requesting Gunna 1 of 1. I'm kind of scared of you now, Nathan. Let me find out, man. Andrew says, yeah, Tanner Scott just scares me sometimes. I don't know why. You know what it probably is? I'm going through the same thing with Devin Williams. Even when he pitched today, because we seen him pitch. When you see somebody pitch so poorly, that stays in the back of your mind. Even if they start pitching good again, you still have that, like, you don't trust them, you know? That that relationship is broken, you know? So you feel like they could betray you again. It's weird like that. I don't know. That's how I am. And it takes time to regain the trust again between the fans and the player, you know? And I think you guys got the same thing. It's just kind of similar to what we're going through with Devin Williams. Yep. Prefer Ken Singleton? Yeah, I like Ken Singleton too. I do. Only way I trade Jones is for Mason Miller or Alcantara. I'm not trading Spencer Jones for Alcantara, man. Oh, no. Definitely not. Nope. You got sabotage tonight? What do you mean? How'd that happen? I love rap music. Nathan's a gangster, low key, I think, man. No, man. Yeah, I love all music, but my favorite genre is hip hop. And I don't know, I like all music, man. I've always been like that since I was a kid. You know, I grew up in the 80s, early 90s. Obviously, hip hop was very prevalent, like where I grew up in New York. But I also listened to a lot of like house music. I don't know if you guys know about that growing up. And I love 80s rock, man. That's probably like my favorite. I think 80s, this might offend people. 80s was the best decade of music, and maybe 70s too. But 80s music, man, was crazy. It was the greatest, man, to me. Ninja Sports says Travis Scott, Rick Ross, Kendrick, Drake. Bro, dude called in and pretended to talk Yankees, then started saying racist stuff to get my channel banned. That is crazy, man. So on the open panel, he joined your stream like that? That's not good, man. But you could go back and just delete that, cut that part out. But yeah, man. See, you know, I'm gonna be honest, guys. That's the reason why a lot of streamers, right, don't like doing open panels, and me myself too. Even every time I do open panel, I have that like, I don't know what's gonna happen in the open panel. Anybody could come up. I don't know You can really do damage to somebody's channel by what you say. Even cursing and stuff, or everything you do on a channel could really hurt the person's channel. So it's taking a risk, man. It really is. That's why a lot of YouTubers and streamers don't do it. And even a lot of guys that used to do it, they don't do it anymore because unless they know the people already. Um, but to just do an open panel, to drop a link in the chat and let anybody come up, you don't know who's gonna come up and say something wild, and YouTube picks up on it, and all of a sudden you got a strike against your channel, man. That's scary, man. Especially, man, I feel for you, man. Especially you, Jeshroom, because I could tell that you worked hard on your channel. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Crazy. Oh man, dang, you got me worried now. My woke up song with you, Jason, is 8 Days a Week, the Beatles. I can't do too many woke ups, man. That's why I only leave it for members, because then it's just gonna, I would never be able to talk because it's just gonna keep playing music, and I'm gonna just sit here like, yeah. And even the walk up songs, I don't know. For now I'm gonna leave it, but I have gotten copyright claims, not strikes, claims, and so I have to really be careful with that stuff. I'll be honest, Jason, what do you think with the Yankees getting the shutout? Do you think they're changing the page? No, to be honest, I don't. I feel like not yet anyway, but it's good though. A win's a win. Hopefully they could build on that. But I really don't. I do feel like any other team, well, not any other team, but a more experienced team, oh, they would have jumped all over Will Warren that first inning. They would have made it. He would have been out the game by the third inning. As much pitches that he threw, and also, if you look at the way we scored those runs, I mean, nothing really crazy. Really, with the exception, it was only really 2 runs there. A lot of runners left on base. You know, still not hitting great with runners in scoring position. So, but it's better though. A win's a win. We'll take them. But we still got a ways to go. I'm not gonna just automatically turn on you. We're back, baby. Let's go. No, man. Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm waiting for the video to get processed so I can attempt to edit it. For now, dude, you do. I don't know if you're live right now. I would take it from public, take it off public, and put it private or unlisted or whatever until the video posts, and then edit it and then put it public again. Yeah. But you see what happens, man? One person can mess it up for everybody, And that's why sometimes I understand when certain streamers, they're like, no, I don't do open panels. And it's because stuff like that, man. Stuff like that, they rather not take a chance. There's a lot of work goes into this stuff. I know it doesn't seem like it, and look, I know we're kind of going off the subject and everything, but a lot of work goes behind this stuff, man. I'll just put it like that. So when you see somebody in the channel, like whatever, putting out videos, just know that it's a lot of work, more than you think. A lot of hours go into just doing research for the show, putting the show together. If you're doing a thumbnail, doing that, yes, it's a lot, man. For somebody to just come and throw that, just ruin it for you by just coming on and saying something crazy. Yeah, I'd be pissed. It's not worth it. Dev Finch says 80s and 90s best decade of music. I don't know. I think I like the 90s, but to me it's 80s and 70s. But I'm leaning more towards the 80s for some reason. And it could be because that's, I grew up as a kid in the 80s. So when I hear these songs, it just, I don't know, it's nostalgic to me. That's why you need moderators that boot their butts. No, but that's in the chat, Real Bill. In the chat, you have moderators. When you do an open panel, you let somebody come on the stream. And as soon as they show up on the stream and they could say something crazy and racist, like Jeshroom said, I mean, yeah, right there, you can boot them out, but it's already out, it's there now, you can't delete that until after it posts. So it's different once you will accept them onto the stream on the camera there, That's the scary. That's why people don't do open panels. Yeah, everybody could go in the chat. You know, if you say something crazy, you get booted out, delete the chat or whatever. But to actually come on air, that's another thing, man. It's harder. You can't really there's no moderator for that, you know. Do I have a link right now? No, because I'm about to get off anyway. I'm on OBS. When I'm on OBS, I don't like bringing guests because I don't know what it is, but I have an audio problem. It just sounds terrible. So when I do bring guests, I go on a different thing called EV Mux. But you can jump on, man, anytime, dude. Where is it? Yeah, Jetstream, dude. I know that you're not gonna do that. I know that I can trust you to not, you know, do nothing crazy to jeopardize. So maybe, you know, whenever you want, another day, you let me know. Or you got my Twitter. Hit me up, man. I'll give you my number there and we can talk, man. Donnie Baseball, Jason. Yeah, man. My favorite. Well, actually, no, I became more of a Jeter fan, but he was my first favorite baseball player. Don Mattingly. No, Luis Duran. I couldn't. The cash rules everything around me. I had to take it off because that's what was giving me the copyright strikes. And very strict. Wu-Tang. They want their money. The walk-ups. Look, all right. So the walk-up songs are specifically for members, man. That's the thing. It's for members only. If I did one for everybody, I'd never be able to talk. It'll just keep playing and playing and playing, and I'll just sit here like this with my clown face. Like this. You know, so it's for members only. And not only that, because it takes a while for me to put that together. Ken says, I'm a quick draw, will boot a butt. Yeah, I know you could. That's what I'm saying. You have to boot somebody right away, but if they get even a few words, it's out there already, you know. I don't know. It's just good thing I've never had that issue. Everybody who's come up on my streams have been respectful and everything. So I don't, but I understand that it can happen, and I've seen it happen before. And look, and we have someone who has a channel who's saying it happened to him, and he's a great dude, man. Why somebody would do that to you, bro? I don't know. It must have been a Cowboys fan. I'm telling you right now. It had to be. Had to be a Cowboys fan. Dev, sorry, but the 70s, 80s had the very best music. Yeah, I like the 70s and 80s music the best. They were the last decades. They had real musicians. That synthetic crap has no soul. Yeah, but you guys had some crazy hair back then, Real Bill. Them hair bands, oh my God. A lot of them were good though, but a lot of hairspray. Tons of hairspray, dude. Those days, crazy. Judge isn't hitting with runners. I know, man. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I called him out earlier. He's got to do better, man. We're only gonna go as far as he takes us, and then look, I'm not saying he has to do it every time, right? Because it's not possible. But man, and I saw you comment on that too. You're right. It seemed like the last 5 games he's had bases loaded. He's come up in big situations with bases loaded and could not deliver. And it was a strikeout every time, a pop-up versus Cincinnati. And we got to get something going, man, for Judge. Judge got to get going. Wasn't it Jeter's birthday today? Or was it yesterday? Happy birthday to Derek Jeter, by the way. Happy birthday to the GOAT, man, the captain, the true captain. When was it? Was it yesterday or today? I know his birthday was around this time. Happy birthday to him, man. For all the memories he's given me personally. Some memories I would never forget, man. The dude was phenomenal. He was clutch. I get it. Everybody's saying he was overrated. Yeah, maybe he wasn't the best offensive hitter, right? And all that, but he was a great hitter. You can't deny that. The dude had over 3,000 hits. Come on. He batted 340 something one year. Won a batting title. But besides all that, right? The man was clutch, dude. The man came through when you needed him, when you really needed him. He was a gamer. That's a gamer, dude. He was a gamer, and that's what we remember him for. And so shout out to Derek Jeter, man, and thank you for the memories, man. He made my childhood so special. The times that I've met him, he was a class act. He was a great dude. He took the time. Literally, I'm a kid in the street, freaking running down his car, chasing his car down to the red light and knocking on his glass for an autograph. And he didn't have to give it to me. He could have just kept the window closed. It was tinted too. I just knew that was his car. And he will open it and give it to me. Even though last time he was like, "You got to get out the street, kid. Like, this is not good." So shout out to him, man. He's truly he's my idol, man. He's my idol. He was my idol, man. Even playing baseball, I wanted to bat like him. I wanted to play like him. I wanted to everything, man. And he's a good role model to have, So shout out to him. Jake says still disappointed in this team. Yeah, the offense looked flat, but at least they got the win, right? So now we needed this win, man. Now we gotta figure it out, man. Get some of these guys going. Andrew said, Jason, I want to join the show before the trade deadline. Yeah, man, maybe what's tomorrow? Saturday? Maybe tomorrow I'll do open panel or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out and let y'all know. Sometimes I with the open panels, it gets hard because everybody wants to join. And I can't have everybody on at the same time. So, maybe I'll do it to where, you come up, get your spit your spiel, get what you got to say for a good 10 minutes, and then you get dropped down, bring somebody else back up, or something like that, man. It gotta be more organized, what I mean to say, because I was doing it before. It's kind of just all over the place, crazy. Yeah, but you definitely, man, Andrew, you're always welcome, man. I think Joe might be doing one soon. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, Ken does it all the time, man. If you want to come on, Ken always, right, Ken? During certain shows he does it, but he has open panel every now and then, so you can get on. But yeah, I want you on the show, man. Andrew's my guy, man. That's my dude. Luis Duran, I was born in 98. Damn, dude, you make me feel old. My man said 98. My goodness, dude. All right. I was born in 98, but the 80s had great music. These kids today don't remember Thriller. Yeah, man. Damn, 98. You messed me up with that, man. I am old, I guess. My goodness. 98. That's why you're a Met fan. You know that? If you was born at least maybe 90, you would have been a Yankee fan. I'm sure of it. It's about time Tampa lost. They were winning big, but by the time they lost, yeah, it's just one game. So, who I'm more worried about, to be honest, Joe? I'm kind of worried about the Blue Jays, man. The Blue Jays, man, that dude, Alejandro Kirk, I don't care what he does, he scares me. Every time he's there, I feel like he's a Yankee killer, dude. He is a killer. Him and George Springer and Vlad, these guys, they kill Yankees. And they're only 3 games behind us right now. They are not out of it by any means. But with that being said, they never really, really pose a big threat. But when we play them, they play us tough. Those players anyway, at least. You can always put your live stream on delay. Yeah, but the thing is, I like the delay to be as minimal as possible, because you'll be saying something in the chat and I won't be able to respond to you till like 15 minutes later. What good is that, I want it to be as real time as possible. A lot of times I'm late because I'm just late to read the chat, but, Jake, my sister commented something on Judge's Insta, and it was about coming through in the clutch, and he blocked her. Don't mess with the cap. Damn, he blocked your sister. He said, I don't need none of that negativity. I don't think he really runs that, man. I think he has somebody else, and he probably told him, look, when I come on, he probably every now and then comes on just to look, and he don't want to see none of that negativity. He probably told his PR manager or social media manager, whoever manages, or maybe it's his wife. Like, just before I even get to see it, just block that stuff out of there. You know, that's just extra noise, and maybe or it could be him himself. He's probably sitting there like, you mother. Okay, block. Not in my house. He did the Mutombo. Four of my best friends play in the band Toto. It is criminal that they are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Santana. You can have an open panel on delay. We do it all the time at the VA. Everything's on Real Bill. Everything at the VA is on a delay, bro. Everything, man. Oh man, you ever been in the VA system, man? It's gotten better over the years. It's gotten better, but it's some of the most frustrating stuff you ever could go through, man. It's sad. And when I go to the VA, I've met guys, man, just Vietnam vets, just real heroes, man. And it's like, damn, they got to go through this stuff, man. And again, it's gotten better though. I will say that, but for some people, man, it's not. I take it. I'm grateful for it, but it's not the best healthcare. Luis says, I was mumble rapping in the 2000s. That could have been money right there. I was doing that in school before Bad Bunny. Derek Jeter. Luis Duran, my first game was at Shea Stadium. Donnie says, I want in the show as well, sir. So, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to do it. I want them to fix. I'm waiting for them to get back to me about the mobile phones. Because most people could join on the phone. Right now, it only works when people join on the laptop. So they got to fix that. If not, then I'm going to have to look for another service to use. Yeah, Marcus Stroman, man. Oh, it's going to be interesting. He used to watch the early 90s at night with his father. Donnie Baseball and Wade Boggs. Wade Boggs was a great player, too. He was a nut, though, in real life. Yeah. But, guys, I appreciate you joining me. I got to get some sleep. I really appreciate all you guys joining me, man. Everybody in the chat. If you haven't liked the video, man, please do. Please do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, man. Yes. It's going to get better. I got more plans to do. Is just figuring out how to do it is one thing, and then actually getting it done. But I do want to get the Discord going so that way we can have another platform where we could come together and then really, really like get together. Like, it'd be nice to hear everybody's voice, in just one big group chat, like where we're talking and watching an old Yankees game or something like that, we could do movie night or whatever it is, So make sure you join that. Once I get it up and running, like with all the bells and whistles, then definitely you're going to want to join. That's going to be free. We'll make it like channel members only, but for now it'll just be free for everybody. We'll have moderators to clean it up, because whenever you put something that's just open where anybody could join, you're going to get a lot of craziness. But that's what we'll have moderators and stuff. Yeah, and we'll build it from there. Build a community, man. It's a 24/7 place where you can come on and we could just chill, in a different space without YouTube controlling it. But besides that, yeah, that's gonna be it. I gotta get some sleep. I want to wake up early tomorrow, take care of some stuff. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys as always. Thank you so much, Luis Duran. Everybody, if I didn't mention you, my heart's with you. Real Bill. I hope everything, you feeling better and your wife's feeling better. CT, I love you, bro. Feel better. Get some rest, please, CT. You got to get some rest. It's important. And I'll see you in the morning. I'm going to make it my business to wake up early so I can, even if I don't join the Joe's show, I'll be in the chat. All right. I wanted to finish up my lawn and doing some stuff. But besides that, take care, you guys. Have a blessed weekend. Let's go Yankees. And take care of yourself. Peace.
Chalk on the corner, fair game in the air. Aaron's bat sang, but the call wasn't fair. Stripes in the dirt, blind to the truth. Judgment day ruined, no replay to boost. Robbed on the line, truth in the smoke. Boone in the